Welcome, everybody. My name is Steve Koochin. I'm a holistic health practitioner here in San Diego, California, and I welcome you to Cellebration Saturday training. The statements made in this presentation have not been evaluated by the FDA. Nothing in this presentation should be construed as diagnosing, prescribing, or treating disease. It is presented for education only. We must legally warn you that if you are ill, have any disease, are pregnant or nursing, you should consult your medical doctor before attempting any natural or herbal program. We love sharing our products with our people out there, and I want to have today a special guest speaker, and this is my lovely wife, Andrea. She is herself a very experienced MLMer. She does training for businesses having to do with getting their production up, getting their people into a better morale, into having better morale, that is. You can't force people into better morale just having it. And also, she is extremely educated. She knows how to speak English, of course, German, and fluent French. She did a 10,000 word essay for her final graduation. I don't know, it's her qualification to graduate. And actually, it was in French and having to do with architecture. So you can imagine how technical that was. She's brilliant. I'm very happy to have her today as a guest speaker. And also, we're going to be talking today about our product, the new product called Cellebration. And welcome, Andrea. Welcome, Andrea, to our call. And,
thank you.
And thank you for sharing your time with us today. Andrea is going to be doing some training with us. But first, Andrea, I would like you to give what happened with you when you took your first celebration. So, Andrea, can you share with us your testimony of what happened with you?
Yeah. So I'm normally not someone who notices things particularly. So I was really surprised that I noticed anything. But Steve had made the drink. I had had a sip of it, a gulp of it. Okay. And then we went out and we were doing things and driving home later, which could have been an hour and a half or so later, I realized that I actually felt more grounded and more uptone and enthusiastic about life. There was a sort of a little ball of excitement, if you like, almost like I'd had a shot of coffee, something like that sort of cleared fog away. It's been quite close down here recently. The air quality is really poor. I've been feeling slightly headachy and slightly fuzzy, and that had seemed to just lift, and it lasted the rest of the day. Now, we took it in the afternoon, probably about 3 o'clock, I think. And I went to bed, I don't know, 10:30. But what impressed me particularly was the sort of lightness I felt. It cleaned away any fuzziness and fogginess that I had attributed to the bad air quality and the heat and the humidity in the last few days. And the fact that I don't normally notice things like that, but I really did notice it on this occasion. That's it.
Thank you very much, Andrea. Yeah, normally when Andrea takes something, it might take 7 days, it might take a week in order for her body to accept what's going on, or she sees the changes. And this was rather significant because we've been married, honey, how long? 13 years now?
14.
14 years. And it's been like that ever since I've tried different products with her. And it's been the same. It's like when something is really noticeable with her, I pay attention. This is actually really, really good. And just in relation to myself, I couldn't stop smiling. As soon as I took the product, I'd say within half an hour, I couldn't stop smiling. I mean, I had this little boyish kind of thing about life, this viewpoint that, well, life is kind of interesting. Look at this, and look at, we took a little puppy to the chiropractor, and the puppy was running all over the place, and being, because of the new environment, she was very excited. And it was really an enjoyable afternoon. And I mean, we know there's a lot of pressures in life that you endure all the time. And these pressures, they didn't, I mean, they didn't, the problems didn't go away, but I felt lighter. I just felt more at peace with myself, like as if I was on holiday. We'll get more into the product as we go on. But now, Andrea, what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to share some of your wisdom. You were telling me about yesterday. I was so impressed. I said, please, 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 please come and talk to our folks about this. So go ahead. You have the floor, Andrea.
That's totally true. We were talking last night about something and I spent 10 minutes spouting off and Steve said, that's brilliant. Can you give that to the group tomorrow morning? So I said, okay. So here we go. So when I started in network marketing about 10 or 11 years ago, that was around about the time that I think Simon Sinek had written the book, Why? It was something to do with how why is the most important question. And that if you can understand somebody's why, you can help and support them. So if you've got someone in your team who is vacillating a little bit and isn't quite sure or gets a bad day and wants to quit, that kind of thing, if you found out what that person's why is, you can rehabilitate their interest in the business. And likewise yourself, if you're really clear on your why, you can use it to bring you back, kind of like your compass pointing north. Your why is the really important thing, because we know what we do. We know that we're promoting Cellebration. We know how to do it because we've been taught that, you know, you talk to the people that you know and then you increase your circle of influence. And if you understand why you're doing it, whether it be so that your family can make more money or whether it be so that you can improve the health of the people around you or you've got your own health issue, that is your driving force. But I had this idea from someone that I was talking to a couple of days before, or it was her idea actually, that I really adopted, was that isn't even the end point. Because, as I said, your why can rehabilitate you to some degree, but what if that isn't important anymore? What if you resolved your health issue that you started with and now that why is irrelevant, or it wasn't big enough, or it wasn't deep enough? So how about this? How about the most important question to ask ourselves is who, as in who am I? Because if you're absolutely, completely 100, even 1,000% clear on who you are, nothing will derail you. So let me give you an example. I am a fantastic network marketer, or I am the best Cellebration salesperson, or I am an awesome closer, or I am able to enroll everyone in my vision, which is all of what sales is about, right? Those different things. If you're absolutely clear on that, you're not going to get derailed by anything at all. So most of us turn it around the other way and we flip it over and we go, am I? So am I good enough, or am I don't know, tall enough or short enough or young enough or old enough or pretty enough or rich enough or smart enough? We turn it round and we fill our minds with doubt. And then we cling on to the reasons that we're in business, hoping that that will give us enough to keep us going. But sometimes it isn't. So you need to find out who you are. And from that, you can find out the direction of travel. And then you can be completely consistent in your activity in order to move your business forward. So what happens is, and I talked about this a little bit last time, is that we get frightened about things. We've got someone on our list to call. We've spoken to them. We've sent them the video to watch, and we're now going to follow up to say, you know, what did you like about the video? And we get frightened. And fear is something that we feel, and it stops us from moving forward. And the antidote to fear is action. So when we are brave, because people talk about bravery a lot in relation to fear, if you're frightened but you do something anyway, it was because you're brave. So your bravery comes from actually taking action, and being able to take action comes from knowing who you are. Never mind how you feel, you know you are an awesome closer. You know that you can enroll people in your vision. You know that you can help that person by getting them on the Cellebration products, right? Once you know who you are, you can take action, which makes you brave. Now, the reason you take action and the reason you want to help people and the reason you want whatever it is that you want, like buying a bigger house for your family or getting out of debt or something, is because what drives that is the fact that you love something. Okay, so you love your family and you want to provide better for them. Or you love that house, which is why you want to buy that house. Or you love that awesome car that you really want to buy and you're saving up for. It's driven by love. And a lot of people think that the opposite of love is hate, but it isn't. The opposite of love is actually fear. So when you're afraid, you're not loving enough of what you're doing. And you can rehabilitate that love by connecting it to who you are, because you love what you do, right? You love being an awesome closer. You love the Cellebration range of products and being able to promote them to people and enrolling them in the organization and helping them build their team. You do that because you love it. The opposite of fear, which is what will stop you, is love, which will move you forward. And when you know who you are because of what you can do, so I am a fantastic Cellebration distributor or whatever it is that drives you, then you can keep moving forward, whatever happens, whether the comp plan goes kafooey or shipments are late or whatever it is that happen. And I've been in a company now solidly for 8 years, and they've changed their comp plan 3 or 4 times. So these things can be moved and can be changed. But if you're with a company that has a great product, you need to get as much armor and weaponry as you can, and motivation and inspiration as you can to keep driving you forward, whatever happens. So find out who you are so that you can identify exactly where you're going and take action whenever you're frightened. That's it.
I'm speechless, Andrea. That I guess we could just end the seminar right there, the webinar right there. That is, how can you beat that? I mean, if you can wrap your head around that, that is absolutely, as you would say, brilliant. Except I can't say it in your accent. Thank you very much, my dear.
You're welcome.
Okay, and we'll proceed. If you want to run away, that's totally fine.
I will run away.
You have lots of stuff to do, I know.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Steve. Bye, everybody.
Okay, folks, if you can absorb that and replay that again and replay that again and replay that again, I think that is, in that little 5 minutes, is key ingredients in order to making a business fly. Okay, so folks, what we're going to be talking today is about our product called Cellebration, and this product is absolutely profound in my opinion. If I can get these kind of results in my body, it's amazing. Now, I've been experimenting with it just to see, just give you some parameters of what to expect. I know the serving is 1/16 of a gram, and that, yes, please start at that 1/16 of a gram. But you could experiment with it. I have found for myself a 1/2 gram very acceptable for my body. This is my body. It might not be acceptable for your body, but 1/2 gram would be, for me, very acceptable. And I even I did a monitorization of it. I have certain parameters. I take a look at what my body is. I measure certain things like heart rate and all that other stuff. So I for myself, a 1/2 gram is perfect. That's what I did today, just before this training today. And mentally, I feel awesome. I feel absolutely crystal clear. I just love it. So let's talk a little bit about the ingredients in this product. Our new Celebration product, which Josh has brilliantly created. There's vitamin C in there, zinc, potassium. There is a proprietary blend of AHCC, and there is Andrographis paniculata leaf extract, D-mannose, fucoidan, red algae, and Cellebration proprietary mineral blend of fulvic acid, zinc, biglycinate chelate, potassium glycinate complex, and H&C salt. Now let's go dive a little bit deeper into what each of these things do. Vitamin C is in there and is found in various foods, and sold as dietary supplement. Is used to prevent and treat scurvy. Vitamin C is an essential nutrient involving in the repair of tissue, and it's necessary for enzymic production of certain neurotransmitters. This zinc biglycinate, the reason we took that is because it is a well-absorbed zinc chelate. And potassium glycinate is an amino acid that is used in the treatment of low-level potassium in blood. It helps the functioning of cells, heart, kidneys, nerves, and muscles. Now you see fulvic acid in front of you. Research indicates that it may bolster your body's defense against illnesses. Test tube and animal study have shown fulvic acid may improve these disease resistance, including your immune defenses, fighting inflammation, and enhance antioxidant activity, all of which may bolster immune health. Benefits. It's important for our body to get proper electrolytes. Now, and it's also, our modern day farming practices have left our soils really depleted. Now, generations ago, our ancestors may have able to receive fulvic and humic acid from plants they consume, but is no longer the case. It used to be organic like that, but not anymore. So we have to supplant the mineral deficiency in our body, right? Fulvic acid can help reduce pain. It can support brain health and improve cognition. It can detox and remove heavy metals from your body, or help to remove. It acts as a binder for those heavy metals and eliminates them. Fulvic acid can fight against pathogens. It can help your gut health. And fulvic acid can give you energy. And also it can help in absorption of other nutrients. Fulvic acid contains more than 70 trace minerals. Okay, next, D-mannose. D-mannose is increasingly used as it's actually the mannose sugar. Is found naturally in high amounts in fruits as apples and oranges and peaches, and you see here in cranberries and blueberries. Vegetables, organic green beans, cabbage, and broccoli are also common source. In addition, D-mannose occurs naturally in some cells in the human body and is thought to be a prebiotic because consumption of D-mannose stimulates and fosters growth. Chemically, D-mannose is considered a simple sugar. Structurally, it is similar to glucose, but it is absorbed more slowly in the gastrointestinal tract. What else does it do here? Oh, yeah, it affects metabolism, weight. It can affect your weight gain and the composition of your gut bacteria. They did studies in rodents. The result may lead to new treatments and prevention strategies for both obesity and weight gain. Next ingredient, AHCC, active hexose correlated compound, short AHCC, is an active ingredient, and this is called a class of mushrooms called shiitake mushrooms. It contains very, very important polysaccharides called glucans, which scientists think are responsible for its biological activity. A beta-glucan is one form of soluble dietary fiber that's strongly linked to improving cholesterol levels and boosting heart health. Like many fibers, it is available in supplement form. You can also find it in whole grains, oat, wheat, and barley. Now, animal studies have suggested AHC may enhance the activity in some types of immune cells. And I suggest you guys take a look and Google this AHCC. Just put in AHCC and do your own study on it. It's really, really interesting. All the studies have been done on it. Next ingredient. Fucoidan is a complex polysaccharide, and this polysaccharide is a large molecule made of small monosaccharides, simple sugars, like glucose. And this is found in brown seaweed. Very, very expensive stuff, like $208 for 50 micrograms. 1 microgram is 1/1,000,000th of a gram, folks. So this is really, really important stuff. And some companies use it for topical applications for their skin, and they do these jars for like $600 a jar. Just amazing stuff. Josh takes the best ingredients on the planet and gives them to him on like on a golden platter. Red algae. Next one is this is really, I didn't even know this. This red algae is great as an ecological importance. They form a vital part of the food chain and also are involved in producing about 40 to 60% of the total global oxygen for both terrestrial and aquatic habitats. Now, red algae provides natural food for fish, and of course we eat fish. The red algae is the most important commercial food in Japan. Japanese women, I think they're the longest species known of humanoid structure that lives the longest. And then I think their men are the second longest people who survive, like in relation to age. And it's used for common use for thousands of years and is high and rich in minerals, calcium, magnesium, and antioxidants. And the source of dietary fiber, they have the ability to promote healthy circulation. It helps to lower bad cholesterol and regulate blood sugar levels, and also contribute in nourishing your skin, boosting the immune system. And yes, our product, one of the things we advocate with our product is going to help you get that beautiful radiant skin that all women want. I don't know if men want that, but women want that for sure. Next one, Andrographis paniculata. I like saying that word, paniculata. Kind of flips off the tongue, doesn't it? Is one of the most popular medical plants used in traditional treatment of, for example, diabetes, high blood pressure, bronchitis, flatulence, colic. Well, everything, it looks like everything, folks. This is a really, really good thing. May benefit, also reduce symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis. It is a long-known traditional Chinese herb, and it is known as Indian echinacea. It's very bitter tasting, and I know I'm a nutcase, but I don't mind the taste. I like the earthy taste of this product. If there's a hint which I did, which I tried today when I took my half a gram. Immediately I just took like a shot. I put it into, I did it actually in warm water, and I took it down, 8 ounces of warm water. And then what I did is I took about half a teaspoon of honey immediately right after that. And that actually handled that aftertaste. It was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So folks, we have something here that is absolutely astounding. Really, really, really astounding. Now, I'm going to try something different here. Today, we have participants, we have some big leaders here today. So I'm going to stop sharing. And what I'd like to do today is this, is our group of people that we have, you know, we're like individuals, okay? We're individuals in this company, but really not so much individuals. What I'd like to do is I'd like to be bold today, and then I'd like to learn just a little bit of history of who you people really are. I mean, I'll start, okay? My first part of my existence, I was into marine construction. I did that for about 30 years. I built offshore islands up in the Arctic, and then of course when I had my tragedy, my son died of cancer in 2004, and that propelled me into the health industry. And I've been studying about health and bodies ever since. And in relation to that, I have not found any product that would help the body overall and general basic foundation as our Cellebration products. So that is me in a nutshell. And I live in San Diego, California. I love it over here. I flew down here, and I wanted to marry myself a blue-eyed blonde. I was a single man when I came to California, and I was flying all over the world working on my various projects and stuff like that. And I ended up with a beautiful a brunette with gorgeous greenish brown eyes. So from England, of all places. So that is me in a nutshell. So you guys, I'd like to start with Sue. Sue, I'd like to people tell about your experience. What like give a couple of minutes of what you've done in the past, so people understand who you are and what kind of company we actually have here.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Steve. Yes, I consider myself a holistic lifestyle educator and resource person. And I truly believe many of us on this call are just that. And that is why I will cover many bases. I look for innovation. I look for new ways that are emerging of doing things better, more options for people. So trying to stay abreast. So I'm, a science geek, I always say, and loving it. I'm an immigrant from the Czech Republic. My family certainly value living in Canada so very much. We're so very grateful. And I come from a long line of medical doctors, my mom, dad, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents. And I took a different perspective. And I said, well, one thing that's overlooked is, we don't ask what makes the body well. And that's what drove me looking at nature, learning from nature, trying to look at biologically compatible ways of doing things, how to be your body's friend. And so that's why I went through the University of Guelph, did my undergraduate in the sciences and nutrition and environment, and looked at how that interacts with the immune system and the well-being of people and animals. And, I was always interested in health for personal reasons as well, being a very fragile constitution, struggling with multiple chemical sensitivity, the descriptions of, when you have a lot of body aches, all that kind of thing that happened when you're very broken, when you're stressed and you're depleted, your body breaks down. And I realized it's not good enough just to have the name and blame game, in the usual medical taxonomy, that we have to look at underlying reasons, the root causes to, truly help a person recover. So rather than just masking, putting a piece of tape on the red light on the dashboard of your vehicle, of life, looking at why. And so, here I am. I'm so grateful. I was drawn to this product line through Everett, Davey, and Gloria giving me that heads up over a year ago. And then we finally took action in very early January because we were hearing such astonishing results. And this line of infoceuticals, informatics, is so cutting edge. There really is no comparison for internally ingested products that carry frequency, as well as products that you apply topically, like the gels. There's just nothing out there like it, and I have never seen since 1993 that I'm in practice in Canada. I've never seen something so affordable and so dramatic. So that's the story in a nutshell. Thank you.
Very good, Sue. That is awesome. Thank you. Now, we don't have time to go through everybody here, but I just wanted to ask maybe a couple of more. Carolyn, because you're such a pretty face there on we're recording here. Could you share who you are? I don't even know who you are, what you do, and I'm interested. You have to unmute yourself there.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a chemical biology major who also majored in economics, but I have been interested in health, and I tend to do a lot of research in health to help other people out. When they have issues, they talk to me and I tell them about, different things that they can do, and I try and help them to the extent that I can. But as you well know, you have to be very careful when you do things like that. And you want to make sure that you're not diagnosing, but you're just trying to give them something that they can do. So pretty much I've stuck with fruits, vegetables, and other things that are readily available to them, not necessarily products per se. And that's pretty much my background. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, that's exceptional. I mean, we have here two master practitioners, master people who have been educated. This is the level of of how can I say, the type of quality people we're drawing into the company, right? We love to help people. I think that's a driving force with Sue and Carolyn and myself. And when you have that driving force, you go to the ends of the earth to find out what is the best and how you can give that forth to somebody else. I'd like to ask one more person here. Margie, I know you're on the call. Margie, what do you do in your life, and what's your experience that you bring to Cellebration here?
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Margie.
I was saying that I came to the United States from the Philippines as a dietitian. I was already working in the Philippines in a milk company where we help indigent children and things like that. And when I came here, I worked in a hospital where I was assigned to different department of the hospital where we help all kinds of people, and I was designated to do some diabetic, instructions, like a group of diabetic people, and I did that for like 16 years, and then I decided to go into with the Board of Education, and while I was there, I went back to school to take my master's in food service. And also I worked in a hospital where they had unwed young girls, and I helped them plan meals because that was part of my career, And basically that's what I've been doing. And then my husband, he loves to travel, and we did a lot of traveling, and I learned a lot in all these countries that we went to. My daughter was an expert skier, so I learned how to ski with them. And that's basically, and actually in 2004, I couldn't get out of bed, and I was diagnosed with scoliosis and spinal stenosis, and that's when I really got into health and nutrition. But I was basically always into natural things. I never take drugs for whatever I suffer from, even when I was diagnosed with this scoliosis and spinal stenosis. And I really just used natural remedies. So that's about it. Steve.
Margie, oh, that's exceptional. Really good. Well, listen, I didn't even have a clue, that we have here. I knew we had intelligent people, but I mean, we have well-educated people that want to help people. By the way, I want to let everybody know I'm receiving probably today or by Monday, the whole PowerPoint that I do. The entire PowerPoint will be translated into Spanish. So those people who out there who are Spanish people can get a hold of me, and I can give them the PDF form of that in order they can use it for their presentations. So I just wanted to let you know we have a huge Spanish market of course here in Southern California. And in Florida, there's a huge Spanish market there. So just let you know about that. As soon as I know anything about receive anything about the comp plan, I will let everybody be informed about that. Everybody's eager on that portion too. So thank you very much, everybody. Is there anybody else that'd like to say anything or have any questions before I end off? Okay, that's it. Thank you. Have a glorious Saturday. Love you all. Thank you, guys. Okay.
Thank you.